Let me take y'all niggas back, back, back to my preteen days.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my podcast. I hope you had a nice end to your week and are ready and pumped for the weekend because I sure am. I might be going to a party tomorrow, so might as well get started with the topic. I don't know about other cities, but at least Bangalore is a pretty booming place for the parties. It has like those pretty G parties, right? You can go anywhere and have a nice time. Not exactly anywhere, but if you know the right places, you can have a really, really fucking nice time. And parties are a nice way of spending your weekend. At least that's how I've been spending a lot of my weekends pre pandemic and post pandemic. And it really helps you in socializing and meeting a lot of people. My partying scene goes back to 11th grade. My first ever concert was Nuclear, and before that, we'd go to the fest DJ nights and stuff like that. So, yeah, partying has always been there. But when I was in like PU, not a lot of my friends used to party, so I would have to go there alone. So I have a really nice story for you. So it was the end of 12th grade. It was like the last exam, right? And I was one of those few people who like joined Tinder before I was 18, and I really wanted to be that cool kid, and I joined Tinder when I was 17, and I matched with this one person, and she said, let's go to this party, it's on so and so, and that turned out to be the last day of my exam. And after that we went to that party. It was in Felix. So we go there, she gets her friends, we meet this one person outside the entry gate. She pays for entry and all, and we go in, alright. And a few hours, not hours, yeah, like around an hour and a half or like so, these guys have gone to get drinks, right? That time I was really like I was a proper teetotaler that time, and I still am trying to be. But yeah, that time I was just drinking Red Bull, and these guys go to get drink. This one dude who I met outside the club and my date, and later this dude comes back with lipstick on his lips, and I ask him what happened, and he didn't say anything, and then my date also didn't say anything. They were acting weird for a while, and then later I found out that they had made out. So basically my Tinder date took me to a club and made out with someone else. So that's pretty fucked up, guys, and that's general trauma. I had a question related to general trauma. So I was pretty traumatized, yes, that time, and I was pretty fucked up. And adding to the fact that I just stopped going out with this one person during 12th, and it was like a really bad phase. But then after that, I went to this gig for Quintino. That was nice, and slowly again I started getting into the whole Tinder scene. I became 18, and I used to like I used to like fuck around on Tinder for fun, right? Like not fuck around, like act 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 super corny and cheesy ironically on Tinder so I can turn them into shit posts for my socials. So I would randomly just say like, can I wipe a seat for you, and then like you can sit on my face and shit like that. And then turns out Tinder doesn't really accept that shit, so I'm banned from Tinder. So the pros of that is I can no longer get cucked. And yeah, but the party scene is nice in Bangalore. After that, the next party I properly remember is going with my class friends in 2019, August 2019. We went to this place. It was Fandom, and it was like a day party, right? So when you go to a party, you actually hope that people your age group are there. It's either that or you usually find people who are older than you. So I was like 19, we were around 19, and then we just entered this club, and We're just like partying. Everyone is pretty fucked, okay? Everyone is pretty sloshed. And we just enter this club and we are like dancing. So me and my friend are like trying to score and like pick some people up, and then we go to these two pretty girls dancing. Then we didn't know what the fuck is up. Like, alright, let's socialize. And then we try going and asking them what's up, how they're finding the party and all. And I start asking questions like, hey, how's it going? What's your name? And then later I find out they're 14-year-olds. I'm 19. And imagine how fucked up that is. You are in a club and you're with 14-year-olds around you, and that's just pretty fucked up. And I got pretty fucked up. After that, I go sit down in this bar next to the bar counter, and I start conversing with a person next to me. I was pretty sloshed, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I was completely over the teetotaling phase and I was exploring a lot of shit. And I start conversing with this one lady. Turns out that lady was those 14-year-olds' mother. Now, for a pretty sloshed 19-year-old to go through this is a fucking lot, right? And just imagine you just find out, like, oh fuck, I am not going the whole pedophile way, and then you just go sit down and just like are trying to analyze and understand what just happened, and it just gets a bit more fucked up. And then again, the party was ending and me and my friends were down horrid. We were down horrendous at that point. We were like, fuck those guys, we'll find new people to talk to. So me and I'm a pretty short dude, and like I have a really tall friend, so we found this again short girl tall girl combination, and we approached them. So in my friends group, I am the one who's like a pretty social person. I like socializing with people, and I was like the wingman there. And yeah, so I go there and start conversing with these girls, and I'm like, hey, can we buy you a drink? And they're like, no, we're a lesbian couple. And I said, me too. Have you heard the Drake song where she says she's a lesbian? I say, me too. That was literally what happened to me. I was, I said something more fucked up, right? I was like, no, I'm not gonna say what I said, but yeah, I might get cancelled, no, but it was pretty fucked up, guys. That one party was fucked up, and later after that, I went to this other party in the night. I went to a party at 7 a.m. So the 7 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. So the bouncers could not be there and like wouldn't catch me. Yeah, so I went way too early, even before the bouncers came in at the entry gate, and I just went and partied there. And there was this moment where I'm holding my glass and I had to pay the person, and I was holding the glass with my teeth and the glass broke. Glass breaking reminds me of the worst fucking party I've ever been to. If you're from Bangalore and were in the party scene in like 2019 or like the concert scene, you probably remember DJ Snake. That was the most fucked up experience I've ever had. Even though I met a person who's like very close to me right now and a very important person in my life, and like it was pretty fucked up, guys. DJ Snake in 2019 was one of the most fucked up concerts to ever exist. It was like a mini Auschwitz out there with the whole vibe of like dusty environment, and then everyone dying for water, and everyone sloshed. If everyone has no idea what's happening, we were just grouped up in like this oven kind of place, and it was pretty fucked up. So we go there. It was around March 2019, and I had gone there. I wanted to pre-game and go, and I went there inside. I pre-game with like 90. I went inside, but the problem is I went way too early. I went with a group of friends and I got lost. And again, I met a group of friends and I got lost again. And I met a few people, a few of my friends again, and I saw one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen. I saw this one girl puking her guts out, and I turn back around, and this 1 minute later, this girl is making out with her boyfriend. Ew. Yeah, that's so fucked up. Like, ugh. So that was one experience, and then I met another friend of mine, and then like there was no ATM. The situation was like this, that the arena was in some fucking rural area in the outskirts of Bangalore, and there was nothing around. There were no shops for water, there was no shop for like groceries, and there was no ATM around, and it was pretty fucked up. And like we had to fight with the bouncer to go out and come back in. So that time I was in the street play team, and there was this one, I was pretty sloshed, right? And then like there was this one dialogue in the street play that said anyaya idu anyaya, or what, like something related to that. In Kannada that is the sentence, and in English it means injustice, this is injustice. So that's exactly what I started shouting in the concert at the bouncer, so he let us out eventually. And we got this bottle of juice, me and my friend, who like we were pretty fucked, but we wanted to get more fucked, so we got this bottle of juice from my scooter, and the cap wasn't opening, and I was so fucked that I took the bottle and I opened it by smashing the top part of it against another scooty. Luckily there were no pieces of glass inside it. So after that I got even more fucked. I went inside again, I got lost, and I'm in like the front row, I'm dancing, and like I get lost and I somewhat start crying, alright. And a group of my seniors from college start going with like in like a train. You know how you put your arms behind one another and start going within the crowd to go not get lost. So that's when I found my friend Zedhak. That is like one of the earliest interactions I've had with him. I see him, I have like a glimpse of hope. I start shouting his name, and I join them, and yeah, that's one of the most fucked up experiences I've ever had in a concert. After that, I didn't really go to a lot of concerts. It was mostly like parties and nightclubs. Mm, I have been to a beach party, so we had gone to Bits Goa in 2020, early 2020. So we'd gone to the Bitsman, and they had a social after party, and it was a beach party, and everyone was smoking tobacco, right? And everyone was pretty fucked. Bob Marley's tobacco. So we were, yeah, we were buying tobacco outside on the beach, and everyone was getting fucked. And that was one of the nice parts of Goa. That is a really good experience. it's something that I remember fondly because after that day, I remember meeting this one person who I spent like the night just talking about random shit with near a pool. So that's one of the warmest memories I have, and one of the best memories I can think of. And I really hope I can go back to that, but I can't. And yeah, that sometimes what I do is I go with my friend to parties, and I'm pretty much sober, and I do not go with the intention of like meeting new people or scoring, or like at least I tell that to console myself for not meeting anyone. But what happens is when you're out with female friends and you are watching everything as a bystander, it is sort of fun because you see how down bad other people can get. So we'd go to this party in Farzi last last month, and it was a Euphoria themed party. Euphoria themed my ass. It was just glow in the dark with like some fancy fucking name, and that too they were out of the glow sticks in a minute or so. But it was a Euphoria themed party, and this one dude just comes up to my friend and he goes, "You look like Rue," and she's never watched the show. And I'm just like, "You don't look like Rue, you look like a chooth." But yeah, you see how down bad people are and how creepy some people can get. We were at social the other day and partying, and this dude just like staring at my friend, so rapey. It's just so weird, and it makes you sympathize with a lot of people in parties, and makes you understand what people go through from their point of view when you're trying to hit on someone. And yeah, it's a different perspective altogether. We went to this party in like early 2020, again, me and a friend of mine called Zed and another friend of mine called Joseph, and we were pretty sloshed. And after the party, we saw a couple of drunk as fuck girls walking on the road, and this one girl just like throws her phone on Church Street in front of Empire, and this one car is coming in front of it, and I just shout, "Can you not die?" And she comes up to me, "What will you do if I fucking die? Who are you to?" And these girls start conversing with us in a more friendly manner after that. And they call us to an Oyo, alright. But it was pretty fucked up because we did not know them. And one of our friend was like kind of freaking out about what would happen. So nothing happened after that. But it was one nice experience. 2019 to 2020 was like a decent party experience. I was like more outgoing. It was the more rebellious period where I wouldn't understand why my parents wouldn't want me to be outside for a long time. And yeah, 2019, one more party was there. There was this one Bacardi party that happened in like November. That fucked me up because like there was a lot of free juice again, and there was this one workshop, and I just take like this big Bacardi juice bottle and I put it into my glass, and I filled the glass free, that too, that like teaching how to make cocktails and shit. um and I got pretty fucked, I'm not gonna lie. And after that, I'm going home and I get lost, and first of all I go in a completely different direction, and I get lost and I go to Old Mysore Road. Alright, my house is somewhere around Hennur, and I go to Old Mysore Road. Somehow I find my way back to my house, and I get a call from my mom midway the ride back. So I freak out and I drive fast, and I fail to notice a hump right in front of me, and I fly I skid for at least 15 fucking seconds and I could see sparks. A completely fucked up experience. Like, it was pretty scary when I think about. So very recently, we had been to socials, uh, the Kormangla one. So there was a Sumat fest, Sumat Sundowner. So me and my friend Thomas had gone there, and we'd met another friend of mine there. So my friend and I, Thomas and I, had similar amount of like whatever that like a bit of LIT each, and then we're just like walking. And I remember a cousin telling me that you won't get caught if you're had pan after a night of partying. So I we had pan, and like we were driving back, we were dropping back our friend Dia. So after that, we just like got stopped for a D&D check. So I blow, and it's one of the scariest experiences ever because you're waiting for it to beep, and it just time just like slows down, and it was straight out of a movie because I was acting completely cool there, and I was like, okay, so completely chill, and then it just beeps, and then we go ahead, and then I'm pretty much losing my shit after that. I'm like, oh fuck, I was pretty fucking scared after that. So yeah, don't D&D, guys. It is a horrid experience. It is not worth the accident or the fine that you will have to pay. So that's pretty much it. I will let you know how the party tomorrow goes in my next podcast. I hope you have a really nice weekend. So take care. Bye bye.
When I was only 13, I fell in love with this girl at first glance. Thought it was a